Here is a parallelogram, and we will learn different situations where we have to find out the area of a parallelogram. There would be many situations and we have to apply different formulae. First of all, let us get introduced with the parallelogram. Suppose this is A, B, C, D, and this is BC, and this is AD. These are two opposite sides, they are equal and they are also parallel, and here also opposite sides are equal and parallel. So this side CD is equal to AB. So AB and CD, they are equal, AB and CD are equal, BC and AD are equal, and the AD and BC are parallel, and CD and AB are also parallel. So opposite sides are equal as well as parallel, opposite sides. So now opposite angles are equal. Angle B is equal to angle D. Angle C is equal to angle A. So this is the basic information that we should know about parallelogram. And the two diagonals of a parallelogram, they intersect each other, they bisect each other, and these two are not equal in length. In a rectangle we had studied that the two diagonals are equal in length, but in a parallelogram the two diagonals are not equal in length. Remember, they bisect each other. And the next one, it is saying that suppose a parallelogram is given, you have to find out its area. But what is the basic information that is required? In the first case, you will get the area if this base, one of the sides and the perpendicular to that side is given, then we can easily get the parallelogram's area. Suppose this is PQRS. In this case, its area you can find out by doing what? This base into height. So you can find one way, that is base into height. Base means one of the sides and the perpendicular drawn to the side. Then only we can get the area of the parallelogram. Another case is there when a parallelogram is there and the two one of the diagonals and the two sides means adjacent sides of the parallelogram are given. Let this be A, let this be B, and let this diagonal be C. So in that case, how can you get the area of the parallelogram? You have learnt base into height. This is the case when one side and the perpendicular to it is given, that time you can do base into height. But when one side, another side, two adjacent sides of a parallelogram and one of the diagonals is given, in that case you would get a triangle. And remember one thing, that each diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two triangles of equal area. So once you are able to find the area of this triangle, it would be easier for you to find out the area of the parallelogram, because 2 into area of this triangle will give you the area of the parallelogram. So let's name this X, Y, Z cube. So suppose this is the triangle we consider because adjacent sides and the diagonal. By taking them, how will we get the area of the parallelogram? 2 into area of the parallelogram equals to 2 into area of this X, Y, Z. Area of triangle X, Y, Z. So in this case, 2 will be multiplied with, by taking the three sides of a triangle, the formula to obtain the area is root over of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. What is S minus A, S minus B, S minus C? S is the half of the perimeter. It is the semi-perimeter of a triangle. So when a triangle's perimeter is equal to A plus B plus C, then S can be obtained by A plus B plus C divided by 2. Perimeter can be obtained by adding the three sides. But semi-perimeter will be found out by adding the three sides and dividing it by 2. So this would give you the value of S. And once you got the value of S in this triangle XYZ, you can find out its area by taking square root of S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. That will be multiplied with 2 because there are two such triangles which have equal area. That's why with the area of one triangle, when we multiply 2, we would be able to get the area of the parallelogram. Another case is there when a parallelogram is given and it's one diagonal and the perpendicular to the diagonal is given. In that case, how will you do? Suppose this is A, B and it is C and this is D. So this is a perpendicular DE suppose. Suppose DE is given and AC diagonal is given. AC is the diagonal and DE is the perpendicular drawn from the opposite vertex of AC diagonal onto this diagonal. So on this diagonal from its opposite vertex, when a perpendicular is drawn, we have to get the area of this parallelogram by doing first finding out the area of one triangle, then multiplying it with the 2, because 2 into the area of this triangle will give you the area of this parallelogram, because already I have told you that a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two triangles of equal areas. That's why one triangle's area we would find out, then multiply it with 2, then we will get the area of the parallelogram. So in this case, how to get the area of the parallelogram? You would get the area of ACD triangle and then multiply it with 2. So 2 into area of which triangle? Area of ACD triangle. Area of triangle ACD. So how to get the area of triangle ACD? This is AC, it is one base, this is the altitude on it. That means in a triangle, base into height is given. We can multiply to half into base into height. For this triangle ACD, this AC is the base and DE is the height. So AC into DE. And if you see, this 2 and 2 get cancelled. That's why we can simply write, when one diagonal and the perpendicular to the diagonal from its opposite vertex are given, then in a parallelogram, how can you get the area of the parallelogram? You can take the area of the triangle and then you will multiply it with 2. So this one, when you are doing 2 get cancelled, so simply we are left with the diagonal and the perpendicular to it. That's why directly we can write the diagonal, means now we are left with which one? The AC, the diagonal and the perpendicular to it, that is D. So when such situations, such cases are there, you can easily find out the area of a right angle, area of a parallelogram. One more case is there. Suppose this is a parallelogram and the point of intersection of the two diagonals of a parallelogram are given, and from the point of intersection the altitude is drawn to the base, to the side of a parallelogram. So when one side is given and from the point of intersection of the two diagonals of the parallelogram, when one perpendicular is drawn to the side of the parallelogram, how to find out the area? Just imagine these two diagonals, when intersect, there are 4 triangles of equal area formed. So once we get the area of this triangle, we would be able to get the area of the parallelogram by multiplying 4 with that triangle's area. So how to get the area of this parallelogram? First you see ABCD is the name of this parallelogram. Suppose this point of intersection of the two diagonals is O and suppose this point is M. So OM is the perpendicular drawn on the side BC of parallelogram from the point of intersection of two diagonals. So from these two diagonals, when this perpendicular is drawn, we got this triangle's area. Very simply we can get, but this triangle's area 4 times will give you the area of this parallelogram. That's why in this case area would be equal to 4 into area of which triangle? Area of triangle OBC. Triangle OBC. And OBC triangle's area, how to find out? Just imagine it is 4 is there, and for getting the area of a triangle, how to apply the formula? 1 by 2 into base into height. Base means the side of the parallelogram which is given, that is the base, and height means this in this triangle the perpendicular which is drawn on this side of the parallelogram from the point of intersection of the two diagonals is considered as the height. So here base is BC, OM is the height. So BC into height is OM. So in different situations you have to apply different formulas in order to get the area of the parallelogram. That's all.